When we were alone. Written by David A. Robertson. Illustrated by Julie Flett. Today, I helped my Kukum in her flower garden. She always wears colorful clothes. It's like she dresses in rainbows. When she bent down to prune some of the flowers, I couldn't even see her because she blended in with them. She was like a chameleon. Nukam, why do you wear so many colors? I asked. Nukam said, Well, Nusam, when I was your age, at home in my community, my friends and I wore many different colors. But at the school I went to, far away from home, they gave us different clothes to wear. All the children were dressed the same, and our clothes weren't colorful at all. We all mixed together like storm clouds. Why did you have to dress like that? I asked. They didn't like that we wore such beautiful colors, Nukam said. They wanted us to look like everybody else. But sometimes in the fall, when we were alone and the leaves had turned their warm autumn hues, we would roll around in the ground. We would pile the leaves over the clothes they had given us, and we would be colorful again. This made us so happy. Now, Nukam said, I always wear the most beautiful colors. After I helped with the flowers, we went over to the back gate. There were vines covering the gate, and they reached all the way to the ground. When my Kukam turned to fix a latch, I saw that her braid hung almost as low as the vines. It was like she had a tail. Nukam, why do you wear your hair so long? I asked. Nukam said, Well, Nusam, when I was your age, at home in my community, my friends and I grew our hair long, just like our people have always done. It made us feel strong and proud. But at the school I went to, far away from home, they cut off all our hair. Our strands of hair mixed together on the ground like blades of dead grass. Why did you have to wear your hair like that? I asked. They didn't like that we were proud, Nookum said. They wanted us to be just like everybody else. But sometimes in the spring, when we were alone and the grass had grown so long and thick in the field, we would pick the blades up from the ground. We would braid them into short hair they had given us, and we would have long hair again. And this made us so happy. Now, Nookum said, I always wear my hair very long. After my Kukum had fixed the latch, I followed her to the birdhouse. There was a bird flying through the air like a jingle dress dancer. She fed the bird and whispered in Cree, "Here, little bird, eat, so you will get big and strong." And her words sounded just like a poem. Nookum, why do you speak in Cree? I asked. Nookum said, "Well, Nussum, when I was your age, at home in my community, my friends and I always spoke our language. But at the school I went to, far away from home, they wouldn't let us speak our words. All the children used their strange words, and we didn't understand them at all. Our voices blended together like a flock of crows. Why did you have to talk in their language? I asked. They didn't like that we spoke our language, Nookum said. They wanted us to talk like everybody else. But sometimes in the summer, when we were alone and our teachers weren't anywhere around the place we were, we would whisper to each other in Cree. We would say all the words we weren't allowed to say so that we wouldn't forget them. And this made us so happy. Now, Nookum said, I always speak my language. After our gardening work was done, I sat with my kukam in the backyard. Her brother came over and sat with us. He comes over all the time. We drank tea and ate bannock. The tea was hot and sweet, and my bannock was moist and warm and melted in my mouth. My kukam and my uncle talked and laughed like children. Nukam, why do you and Nukamis always spend time together? I asked. Nukam said, well, Nusam. But sometimes in the winter, when we were alone and we were sure that nobody could see us, we would find each other. We would take off our mitts, and in the crisp, cold air, we would hold hands so we could be with each other. And this made us so happy. Now, Nukam said, as he reached over and held my uncle's hand and mine, I am always with my family. Alone. Alone. Grandma. Grandma. Flowers. Flowers. Garden. Garden. School. School. Far away. Far away. Community. Community. Family. Family. Brother. Brother. Uncle. Uncle. Friends. Friends. Fall. Fall. Leaves. Leaves. Colors. colors. Braid, braid. Home, home. Spring, spring. Bird, bird. Curry, fingerspell, curry. Language, language. Summer, summer. Bannock, bannock. Tea, tea. Separated, separated. Winter, winter. Same, same. Bye.